Hello and come back to Vanessa's podcast. Today I'm going to talk about PTSD syndromes, tips and coping skills that can help you to heal and recover from this terrible disorder. So I'm going to be 100% real with you, and I'm here to help. I'm here to help you to understand that blockage that is not allowing you to fully live the life that you want to live, for you to recover from this disorder that is haunting your body and your mind every single minute of the day or night. It is time for you to open up your psyche and see clarity and understand why this is happening to you, and how to get rid of the triggers, and how to move on and just live fully with joy, with excitement every day, and not allowing those triggers to be in your life anymore, to bother you, to be a concern, but to be a tiny little thing that maybe really in rare occasion might still strike and might take a few years to be completely dissipates, but it will not be a concern anymore, and you will not have to constantly have to go through groups and health therapy and reading positive quotes to feel better, and wonder how many meditation it will take for you to finally feel like a normal human being and live truly at your 100% best, and stop procrastinate and stop living with scars and pain and regrets. So here's what really helped me. First of all, you have to understand and post in PTSD being past. So as we are aware that it is a trauma that had happened in the past, we don't realize that we're actually living in the past with that pain. Of course we don't want it. Of course we don't ask for it. Of course we don't know when the trigger are gonna, relapse and reoccur. But we want to live in the present, in the future, and concentrate on all those other things. And so the problem is those triggers haven't been healed. They're on the way, and no matter what we do, no matter how busy we get, no matter how we try to numb the pain and get all these different type of drugs to just move on with our life and just forget about it, it doesn't happen, and we wonder why. Because you can't just try to toss it away because it hasn't been healed. So you're just gonna trying to bury it as much as you can, but it's always going to resurface, and it's going to resurface in triple, quadruple dimension. And that's the last thing you want, because if you haven't even healed the main problem in the first place, and then you have more problem and more trigger and more pain was resurface after that, then you here with so much to deal with on your own, and now you are lost, confused, and wondering what's going on and how am I going to heal, and where I have a connection, because a lot of time you have more than just one trauma, you have many trauma, and they're running around in circle in your head, bothering you and obstructing you from living your life, period. So what can you do? So first of all, realize that anything that happened in the past is gone. So try to put that in your head in perspective, and if it's gone, even though the pain was so intense, imagine that it was so intense, and after all these years it wants to remind you of the pain, but What you have to remember that as long as you attach the pain with the person that you were back then, or the person who was being abused, who was being triggered, who was receiving the pain, it will not detach itself. So the way to detach yourself from that pain is to detach from that person who was there during the trauma and during that pain. So detach yourself. You are not that person anymore. You are living in a new era, a new period. So it's time for you to move on and detach yourself. So if you can do that, you're going to realize that the pain is going to disconnect. So you can disconnect from those without forgetting. You know it happened, you felt it, it troubled you so much and haunted you so much because the pain was enormous, and then more pain came along, because once we endure pain, then other circumstance, traumatic event will happen more and more stress will accumulate because you are not dealing with a problem in the first place. So try to find out the root of the problem. Where did it get started? What triggers you? And try to examine the trigger when it actually happens, and try to measure the difference of in a scale, the pain scale between the different trigger, and that way you'll be able to realize which one is a huge trigger to you, and that's the one you want to work on, because you want to eliminate, you want to, like I said, detached and move on. Another thing that you can do is focus on loving yourself, being more confident, and learning new skills, and get into the things that you always wanted to do. Right away, start learning, start getting your mind busy, because if you get your mind busy, you be able to to not allow yourself to keep thinking about those things who can trigger you. Another thing is that when you do get triggered, instead of being paralyzed, take a deep breath and try to understand the trigger at that moment. So be more aware of the moment, and be aware of your feeling, and then look in your surrounding. You know there is probably no threat, it's just a trigger, and the thing that happened to you was in the past, so it's not happening right now. So more you're gonna allowing that shaking, intense pain to measure out your value as a human being, and how much you're gonna do in life, and how much success you're gonna have, and how happy you're gonna be. It is gonna make you a miserable being, and the longer you're gonna be a miserable being, the longer you're gonna be a target in the rat race world, and the more vulnerable you are, the more manipulated you're going to be. So you don't want to be there, because you're going to lose your strength, and you're not going to be able to organize in segment in your mind the different type of pains, the intensity of it, and be able to do the work on healing and getting better, because your life is the only one you're gonna get. So now, if you don't heal, you're not gonna be able to finally live free of fear, free of pain. So you really have to heal that source of trigger. And once you do, and you relieve this fear, this pain that you felt, and you move on, and you forgive whoever gave you that pain, and you just, and you, like I said, detach and just go, and don't turn back. Why turning back? There is no need, and you need to stop blaming yourself and being so hard on yourself, because a lot of time that's what we do. We being so hard on ourselves, and maybe we don't forgive ourselves, and that's why we allowing more pain. And there's no need for that. You need your concentration, you focus on living the best life that you can live, and have your strength. If you have gone through so much trauma already, do you really need more trauma in your life? No, you have done you have endured so much. It's time for you to say, I'm going to stop being a victim, and I am not going to take any more pain, and I am not going to turn into a sociopath or a narcissist and not deal with my issue, but I am going to heal. I'm going to heal that one. I'm going to find out what the biggest trigger is, and once that is done, and I can finally live freely and be free of those triggers for good. So that's the lesson to learn. I'm on a short recording here, so I'm gonna have to go. I hope I can help someone today, in the future, and you're gonna be, actually doing the work. You want to see some change, you have to wake up, take your life in hands, and make it happen, and stop waiting on someone to do it for you. You're gonna have to do it, and that's the only way. You want to get rid of a struggle, you have to do the work, and you have to heal those wounds. And believe me, they can be here, and you can just never have to deal with this ongoing trigger who's making you feel so bad all the time. And maybe one day you can finally see yourself under the brighter light, and stop associating with people who wants to remind you of those triggers. So if there's a bunch of people like this in your life who are reminding you constantly of those triggers, then step away, step outside the box. Do what you have to do to make sure that you are living fully and happy. And on that note, I'm gonna say goodbye. I hope everybody's doing wonderful, and I hope you can share this. And if there's any other subject, anxiety, depression, any other things you want me to talk on, don't hesitate to reach me out on Facebook, on the Creative Art 16 page, or on here. Just comment on there, on Twitter, wherever you are. Thank you, and see you next time.